Hello, my name is Mohini Singh. I came to Canada in 1983 with my mother and my younger sister. We first landed in Vancouver, British Columbia, and I went on to BCIT to do journalism. My path brought me to Kelowna. I ended up working for CHBC Television for almost 20 years. Currently, I am a city councillor here in Kelowna, and I work part-time for the Ministry of Agriculture as a communications officer for the province. All along, even when I was in India, in high school, I went to Delhi Public School in New Delhi. I always wanted to be a journalist. And I worked for All India Radio. I worked on Yuvani as a teenager, and then I went on to work for do freelance work for the Telegraph newspaper, which is based in Calcutta, and I wrote a couple of articles for India Today, and that was my passion. I always felt drawn towards journalism. So when I came to Canada, I went to BCIT and did my diploma in television journalism, broadcast journalism for 2 years. I went on to work in radio and moved on to television, and honestly, the struggles for me have been the struggles that any other young person would have faced, is making up your mind, getting enough money to get the job done, going to school, making sure your homework's done on time, and so on and so forth. Canada has been great because it's given me a lot of opportunity to follow my passion. And actually, even growing up in India, I had so many breaks. I used to write what was called the middle for the Times of India when I was in university in Delhi. And I had a lot of opportunities that came my way, and that's what in the end molded my career. Some of my regrets are that I haven't seized the opportunities that have come to me. I won the Michelle Clark Fellowship in the late 90s, and I was offered a position with ABC, and I was so scared to move to the US by myself, I wouldn't return their phone call. And they called me several times and they wanted to mold me, and I wouldn't answer because I was scared to go. And now when I look back, it was an amazing opportunity. I was fearful of one thing, of failing, and that was holding me back. Now I feel, had I gone, God knows where I would have been today. Of course, my path would have taken me to a whole different place, and it was fear itself that was holding me back. And today, if I had anything to say, I would say seize the opportunity, seize every opportunity you get. The only failure is what you present to yourself. If you take the opportunity presented to you, you never know. Take the step. As they say, the bridge will appear. And you know, they do say things happen for a reason. Maybe it was my destiny to be a city councillor here in Kelowna. Maybe it's my destiny to raise a daughter and have a family. Maybe it's my destiny to be here. But having said that, when I look back, I think, you know what? The only regrets I have are for the opportunities that I didn't seize. What I'm really proud of is getting the Order of British Columbia. I'm very proud of the fact that the province saw fit to recognize some of the work I have done. And it's a very humbling moment because you stand there and you realize, my God, what I do while you're getting the award, I have so much more to do. And what I've done is just a drop in the bucket. And I have so much more to accomplish, so much more to give back to the community, so much more to do for the world, for Canada, for India, for humanity. And that was a moment in my life where I thought, my journey has just begun. And it's not going the way I had planned journalistically. It will go where it's destined to go. And I have so much more to do. You know, receiving the Order of British Columbia was a very, very humbling moment in my life. It made me realize that while I have done a little bit for my community here in Kelowna, there's so much more for me to do. There's so much more I need to accomplish. The following year, when I got the Woman of the Year award for Kelowna, I realized, you know, you can't stop now. There's so much more to accomplish. These are just little reminders to tell you your work has just started. And this year, the Queen's, I was amongst a whole group of people who got the Queen's Jubilee Medal. Now I'm thinking, what more am I supposed to do? I do have a lot more to accomplish, and my goal is to serve. Journalism is done now, and my goal now is to serve this community the best I can. You know, finding in my job with the ministry, we have what's called a work-life balance that we all try and adhere to. It is very, very difficult. As a city councillor, I'm 24/7. I'm working 24/7. I mean, anybody can stop me anytime. I can get a phone call anytime, and I have to be ready to respond. And working for the ministry as well, I have to be ready to respond at any time. Now, to find that work-life balance is definitely very difficult. But we all have families. We have to find time for ourselves. I have personally, this is something really new. I've got a personal trainer, and I'm trying to push myself every morning to go for not a heavy-duty workout, just stretches and cycling, and try and stay healthy, eat healthy. And then, of course, there's the whole thing that you want to socialize. You have to find time to socialize. But I've got to tell you, as a city councillor, even in a party, someone can bring up an issue that you have to sit and answer to. So that's all part of life, living, and family first, though. At all times, you've got to remember family first. You know, we're very lucky to be here in Canada. We're really lucky to have the opportunity to be here, to live here, be able to be who we are, live our culture, speak our language. These are great opportunities we have, and our children have the greatest opportunity of being able to accomplish their goals. But one thing I would say to people who come to Canada is that don't forget the country you have come to. Find whatever works for you. Serve this community, serve this country, because then it comes back to you in so many ways, more than you can ever imagine. So you give this much, you will get back so much more. So when you come here, remember, it's our job not just to live here and enjoy the good things of this country, but to also help improve, make this better, and serve the country the best way you can. हेलो, मेरा नाम है मोहिनी सिंह. आप देख रहे हो देसी क्लोज लुक.